Dunes. Dunes is going to have to make sure they don't get stuck in their own zone this game. That'll be their big key point here.
I do think we're going to have to remake this lobby. I just noticed there is a accidental mutator that is on, so you might want to tell the teams that we're going to have to get everything remade here. And we'll just go with the flow and try to keep things going here.
Dipping out here. Jamie, it'll be one match is one series. We'll see 4 games in this this match here. We typically have 2, but because of a scheduling issue, we just have this one between Dunes and Draconis tonight.
Yeah, but we'll do our best to make things interesting here. I was looking forward to seeing some of the teams in my own tier actually play against each other, because this is my first time actually casting this season. I've just been busy with work and busy with other things and haven't had a chance to really do any kind of casting. But hopefully tonight I can do a pretty good job. I will be doing your play-by-play call-outs tonight. Hopefully I do a good job, and HUD will be backing me up with some color commentary. This is my first time actually casting with HUD, so I hope that I can play well off of you, or you can play well off of me, because I've never actually experienced casting with you before, so this will be a good time.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to figure it out as we go. It's everybody's first time casting with me. I just did my first cast on Monday, actually, official cast for RSC with Trippin. So everybody that's not Trippin has yet to cast with me.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we just gonna keep figuring it out and keep working through it. And I mean, I think it went pretty well on Monday, and I am more than happy just to take a back seat while you do your play-by-play and pretend to know what I'm talking about whenever you need to take a breath. So always a good time. We got some stats up on the screen now. Player stats. Dunes, you got Smoky Bones, Frost, Strut, and Chicane. Smoky Bones and Frost, your starters, played every game that the team has played so far. 7 goals, 1 assist, and a big 21 saves from Smoky Bones. Similar goals, a little bit more assists, and then 14 saves from Frost, 5 goals, 1 assist, and 12 saves. Another defensive-minded player in Strut, and then Chicane, kind of the rotational fourth, 2 goals, 1 assist, and 2 saves. On the other side for Draconis, we got an Edible Deer, Thomas, and Panna. 8 games played from both Deer and Thomas. 7 goals, 6 assists, and 9 saves from Deer. Thomas, 7 goals, 1 assist, and 4 saves. And Panna, the wingman, the offensive spark plug, 5 goals, 9 assists, and 13 saves, doing a little bit of everything. Thomas with a big shooting percentage, 63.6% from the field. That's a great shooting percentage for sure.
Definitely.
Looks like, yeah.
Oh, my apologies. I did not know you were going to continue there.
No, I was responding to your message in the lobby because I can't keep my mouth shut. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. No, it's definitely a strong showing from the Dunes. Of course, they are 1 series ahead, basically, of Draconis, just because with the issue with the servers and everything, we've had to kind of make do with what we have, essentially. But, it's just we're ready to get everything started, and teams are looking pretty even across the board. I think it'll be a good time, and Thomas seems to be the most accurate on his team with a 63.6% shot percentage. So I'm excited to see what kind of shots he can put down tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna see definitely a little bit come out from both sides, but that the big thing is Panna forcing that ball on net, and then his teammates having the opportunity to clean it up. Those 9 assists for Panna is a big number for him, as well as the 13 saves. If we are good to go, it looks like everybody's ready in the lobby. Are you good to go there, MD?
Yes, sir. I'm all set to go. You can tell the teams to join when ready, and we can get this match started. Hope everybody is ready for an exciting match tonight. I'm sure we'll see some high-flying action, some nice passes here and there, and generally just some really good play coming out from both sides. We have the Dunes on blue, the Draconis on orange. Then let's get this started. Very first kickoff here, and Edible Deer is going to take control, flicks it past Smoky Bones. Trying to get it to the center, gets 50'd in the corner, and it goes all the way back to the orange side. Thomas takes it off the wall and bangs it into the blue half. Gonna try to steal that off of Smoky Bones. Frost gets to it, has control of the ball, then loses it immediately to Deer. Gonna carry this on the wall. A little bit out of boost, just trying to play with it. Nobody there to challenge, and then he gets bumped into the corner. Strut against Thomas. Strut wins the 50 there, but Pana's there to pick it up. Frost's gonna clear that all the way out to midfield, but Deer's there to meet it. Pops it up, goes for another touch, puts it on the backboard, but unable to get a shot there. Pana and Frost in the wall there. Frost gets another 50. Still has control of the ball, flicks it to the middle, but nobody's there for it. And Edible Deer is able to clear that all the way out, and then gets absolutely demolished to the midfield. It's an open net, and Thomas will put that into the back of the net with a nice pass from Pana.
Just like we were talking about, Pana getting that ball downfield into a striking position, making it wide open for Thomas, keeping his shot percentage up 1 for 1 in this game now. Pana just has that pressure to be able to keep the ball downfield and to make it really easy for his wingers to score.
That Discord die already? That
Nope, you're still can hear you.
Give me 1 second.
Right. Big save from Pana and Deer there to get it out. Deer's gonna carry it downfield. All right, you're back. Take back over, my friend.
Yep, I am back. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Pana's gonna try to clear that into the net, but Smoky Bones is there to catch the ball. Thomas gets a 50, pops it up in front of the net. Put up Inedible Deer. Woo, and a nice shot from Pana.
Deer almost getting this one a tuck down underneath. Great patience just to get it soft off the backboard, and Pana makes the great read on Stretch here to pound it in over his head. Just the pressure coming out from Draconis here does not seem like Dunes have much of an answer.
Strut was a little out of position to try to get a decent clear off of that ball. He did what he could, but Pana was just there for the absolute dunk into the net. Pana coming in again for another shot, but finally the Dunes try to get it out, and Thomas is just there to send it back in. Another shot from Thomas, saved by Smoky Bones, and Edible Deer is going to put that back up to the backboard, drops it down. No teammates there waiting for it, though. Frost will clear this over into the orange half. 50 in midfield is floating up in front of the net. Dangerous. Frost puts it on the backboard, drops straight down. Smoky Bones is up now, putting it up for Strut, maybe. Strut takes his time with it, gets demoed for it, but is able to at least put it back into the orange half.
Didn't look like Strut knew that Pana was so low on boost there. He backed out to give a little bit more respect, but nobody was going to be going for it because they didn't have enough boost to get out to the ball.
Thomas coming out of nowhere with a quick shot, absolutely punishing the lackluster defense coming out there. Nobody really challenged him for it.
Weren't ready for that bounce out of the corner. It bounced right down in front of the goal. Thomas makes a great read. Still shooting. He's shooting at 66% on this game, keeping his percentage up.
Great kickoff from Inedible Deer there. Strut unable to get a touch on the ball, but Smoky Bones is able to clear past 2. It's a shot on net from Pana, goes wide. It's gonna rotate out now, let Inedible Deer put that back in. Thomas going for another shot, but misses. Pana puts it on. Smoky Bones is there for save. It's a floating out into the midfield again. Inedible Deer is gonna put that on. Frust is able to clear it out. I'm stumbling over my words. It's been a while since I've casted. Don't mind me. Inedible Deer is going to reset that for his team now, getting it past Strut. Strut's going to try to put that onto the net, but now Inedible Deer has possession again. The Smoky Bones will take it from him. Pana's going to send that into the field. Thomas is there for it. Pana and Thomas both get a touch on it. Pana's just going to take that all by themselves and slam it into the net.
Looks like kind of a team pinch up. Frost goes up and just doesn't have the read on it. Pana takes advantage of the early jump, the wide open net, a commanding 4-0 lead for Draconis, just keeping this pressure on, not giving Dunes any room to breathe.
This absolute pressure coming out from Draconis as Frost finally gets a shot towards the net, but Inedible Deer's up for the save already. An amazing save from Pana after that shot almost goes into the net. But still, they're unable to do anything.
Open.
And oh Lord, wide open net, and Draconis are pulled another one on.
Smoky Bones with a backflip in the midfield. He's already out of position, and Strut's going for that corner boost, and by the time he realizes that it's going to go into his goal, it's too late to get back in front of it. Pana with a nice, easy put home there. Already with a hat trick for Pana as well.
Pana's just out here trying to pad his stats. Smokey Bones gets an unfortunate touch, unable to put a shot on, so Thomas will take advantage of this. Gonna carry it all the way along the wall. Loses control a little bit as Strut will take it. Deer's unable to get a touch, but Pana's there waiting for it. 50s with Strut. Bounces in the corner. Frost misses his touch. Smokey Bones is up, also misses. Pana's gonna bump. Thomas is gonna take this now. Can he beat Strut? He fakes right, gets it past him, sends it back into the middle. Pana's there for it, but unfortunately it gets cleared out. Deer's taking it now. 2 whiffs. Maybe one of them was a calculated whiff. Frost is going to take it now, loses control, and Edible Deer is going to put that back on the backboard. Strut will clear that out. Great defense from him. Nobody coming for the ball. Strut had plenty of time, just gives away possession, unfortunately, to Thomas, as Thomas will take it away from him. Frost almost had possession of the ball, and Pana just challenges immediately, takes the ball away again. Bit of a bump in the midfield there. Smokey Bones is going to try to put a shot on net, unable to. Gets it out to Frost. Frost puts a shot on. Thomas is there for it. Loses possession as Strut will take this. Bangs it upfield, trying to find somebody there, but no one's there for it. Double demo on the wall. Ball just rolling down now. Thomas is going to try to get another one in, hopefully. And Edible Deer is unable to get anything with time winding down. A 5-0 victory for Draconis. And what a match.
Commanding win from Draconis for sure. Pana doing a little bit of everything there, getting the ball center, putting the ball in by himself. Just the pressure forward for Draconis, and Dunes had no answer for any of it. Draconis has a really great rotational play style. They do a really great job of backing each other up, so that way if one person misses or gets 50, there's somebody right behind them all the time to back them up and put the ball downfield. The one thing that they do have a tendency to do is sometimes they'll have 2 people really far back, and the ball will be sitting at the midfield and nobody will challenge. Dunes has got to make sure they're always on that ball, not giving away possession, and to be able to hold on to the ball a little bit more and not give it away to Draconis, because that's when they have that ability just to put it over their head over and over and over again.
Absolutely. You got to be sure when you have the space and you know nobody's coming for you, you can slow the ball down a little bit, just dribble it upfield and just make them come to you instead of just banging the ball upfield. I know I personally have that problem a lot. So it's just, you got to be sure you can maintain possession of the ball and you can try to put some shots in, but Dunes are just having a hard time getting out of their own half. So we'll see how this match goes for them. As immediately, what a bump as an Edible Deer.
Bump.
An Edible Deer puts a shot right into the bottom left.
Smokey Bones has no idea Thomas is there. He just clears him right out. Deer slots it right into the corner. A great timing play from Draconis there, an early lead.
Great stuff from Thomas as Pana's going to put an immediate shot on and a kickoff goal. You hate to see them, but Pana putting an excellent shot into the, I think that was the upper 90, wasn't it?
Yeah, upper right 90 there. A little bit farther in, not quite in that corner, but pretty close. Pana actually hit the net. That's always good to see from Pana. Sometimes when we play 2s, he has trouble with it, so always nice to see him putting it on frame.
Good stuff from Pana as he gets a nice clear. Frost is able to put it back into the corner. Strut wanted a touch, but couldn't quite get the read, and Edible Deer now has control of the ball. Giving a lot of space. Ball drops down into the front of the net, but Pana's there for it. Frost and Pana get a 50 in the midfield. Smokey Bones is up. Puts a shot on. Can he put it in? And Edible Deer with an
getting over
save.
the demo, making the save. Here's their opportunity. It was great. Great stuff from Deer.
Absolutely. So close now. They've got 2 shots at least towards the net. They still haven't quite been able to put one in. Smokey Bones going for some style points there, going for a ceiling shot, but unable to get it. It's Pana with a nice clear. Finally, they're about to get out onto the offensive half. Strut was going for a demo, but misses Pana. The ball's just floating around now. Bounces out, and Edible Deer's there waiting for the read. Can he get it? No, Strut is there for the save. Thomas misses there, but Pana's there to back him up. Gonna reset it into the corner. Cannot pinch it out. Frost misses there. Pana's playing with the ball now. Gets it past Smokey Bones off of a nice pinch from him. Strut's gonna try to take this up now. Can't get it past Thomas. Thomas gets a bump on Smokey Bones, but it was a little too soft. Nice clear from Frost as Inedible Deer came streaking in from midfield to try to get that into the net.
A little bit of a misplay on the wall there, leaving a lot of space.
Definitely, but you do notice that they have been they did clean up a little bit in that short break that we had between matches, because they haven't nearly been scored on as much as they were last game.
Yeah,
I mean,
they've been putting more pressure up and getting in Draconis' face a little bit more, not giving them as many opportunities. And just as we're talking about it, the goal is wide open. Pana draws 2 defenders to one side, beats both of them, and the goal is wide open for Thomas. Just like I said at the top, Pana clears the net out. It's super easy for everybody else to put the ball into the goal, and up to a 3-0 lead for Draconis.
a little bit of. Only thing I can guess is maybe there's a little bit of a miscommunication there as Frost gets a nice save, but Deer is there for another shot on net. Can he get it? No, Smoky Bones is there. Thomas is able to get a clear. It's an open net now. Can they finally get one in? And Smoky Bones from the midfield finally gets Dunes up on the board.
Looks like Pana's going for this corner boost here. Realizes just a little bit too late that he doesn't have, got to get in net, and he just doesn't have time to get there to make the save. A great place shot from Smoky Bones into that upper right 90. Putting it somewhere where Pana won't be able to save it no matter how fast he gets to it.
Right indeed. And now finally, maybe the Dunes can have a little bit of momentum here and start to pick up just a little bit. But they still have a long climb against this team. It's okay though, you know, it's a 4-game series.
There's still a lot of time left in this game as well. Yeah, pull back.
Yeah, it's definitely not impossible. Two goal deficit in 2 minutes is definitely attainable, as Frost gets a nice demo on Pana there to shut this play down. Thomas and Inedible Deer, they both double on that. Thomas gets another shot on, so I guess the double commit works out a little bit, as Deer just wanted to shut me up.
It was a double commit turned into a team pinch. Thomas bumps it up the wall just a little bit, and it is right on top of Deer's hood, so he can bang it downfield. It could have ended up being really bad for Draconis. Ends up getting them their 4th goal.
Thomas is doing what he does best, I guess, because his stat line is just going to keep growing at this point with how many goals he's able to get in, because he's been very accurate this whole entire match.
He's 2 for 2 in this game as well, so only bumping that number up.
Absolutely. Smoky Bones pops that up for a teammate. Frost and Strutter both up. A little bit of a miscommunication, but Smoky Bones is going to try to take this again. Deer's able to clear it out on the backboard. There's a double demo in the corner, both going for boost. Strut's going to try to take this now. Gets it over 2 defenders. Can he get another touch on it to just drop it down for a teammate? He tried, but he got bumped from Thomas from behind. Frost has it in the corner, unable to get the touch he wants. Strut's there on the wall, beats Thomas to the ball, but Deer is there to collect it. Smokey's going to try to take this. Deer again gets the ball. It's an open net suddenly, as Strut will finally get there and bang it into the Draconis half.
You can't blame Thomas and Pana for being back there.
Absolutely not. It did get a little dangerous with everything that was with how that was developing. Inedible Deer was doing his best to keep pressure on by himself. No touches there. Ball's just kind of floating around on the side now. Finally a pinch midfield. Pana just hits that ball, lets it go. Knew couldn't quite do anything with that. Smoky Bones tries to get that, but Inedible Deer will take it off of him. Pana getting a touch to the middle. Is it a shot on net? No, it's a little wide. Smoky Bones will get a touch and just try to clear it out. Thomas going for some fancy stuff, unable to get it. Smoky Bones will clear it off the backboard. Pana with a shot on net. Smoky Bones are there again. Pana's going to put it another one towards the net. Can anybody get it? No. Draconis will take a 4-1 victory.
Another commanding win from Draconis. Just keeping that pressure up throughout the entire thing. They do a really good job for the most part of not double committing. Always having making sure that everybody knows where everybody else is on the field, which is really key to keeping their rotations up. Thomas shooting 100% again in this game. Deer with the cycle. It just is. It's a great team and great team dynamic. They do a really good job of backing each other up, and that's being a little bit more than Dunes can handle.
Definitely, Draconis have definitely done their research as far as great rotations are concerned. I mean, everybody is where they need to be when they need to be there. So having the solid rotations and always having that solid third man that's back at pretty much any time is a great feeling, because at times you can just kind of push up and go absolutely monkey basically.
Yeah, to my knowledge, and I know the guys on Draconis pretty well, they play together all the time. So they've worked out their rotations down to a T, and that really, you can really see that on field. They always know where each other's going to be. And the fact that we've seen a 5-0 win and a 4-1 win from them so far really attests to that team chemistry and how important that can be.
Team chemistry is always great to have. No team is truly complete unless they really know how each other work and how to play off of each other. Generally, you just want to have fun. Like, yes, this is a league, but we're in this to have fun. We shouldn't really take this too seriously.
Yeah, and the guys in Draconis are all super close, great friends, and it's been great to get to know them. I was fortunate enough to be in that franchise last season, AGMing for Melted, and getting to see them kind of put their stuff together. Thomas actually playing in Contender last season, you couldn't tell that he won the Contender Championship last season, and he's really coming into his own in Minor this season.
Absolutely right, as Thomas puts another shot in, right in that upper 90. He's got great teammates behind his back here, and Edible Deer able to set him up for that.
There was pretty much there was no defense in net there for a better part of 3 or 4 seconds. Thomas had a great look at the net just because there was nobody there to save it. But it looks like Dunes are going to try to bring it out here and turn this game around. It was a great attempt from Smoky Bones.
Absolutely was. It was a great pass too, just unable to get it quite on target as somebody was able to clear it out nice and easy. Deer's going to try to set this up for somebody, but nobody's there. Well, Thomas and Panda decide to stay back, see how this is going to go. Thomas gets a little bit of a poor touch, but then turns it around and gets it cleared all the way out to midfield. Strut and Inedible Deer are both up. Smoky Bones demos Panda in the backfield. Ross is going to take this now. Loses possession to Thomas. Thomas is just going to take that right off of him. There's a 50 on the wall. Strut has no boost and a dream, but he's wanted to at least give the impression that he has something to work with. Smoky Bones bangs that out into the midfield. Strut is there for it. Gonna try to do something with it. Passes it back out to Frost. Can Frost turn it into a shot? Puts it on the backboard. Unable to do anything. Panda gets there. Strut's gonna put that in the midfield. Nobody back home for the Dunes right now. Thomas unable to get a quick shot, but he's at least able to keep it there. Strut takes control and then loses possession to Pana. Frost taking his time, flicks it past one. Thomas is there for the save, and Pana gets the clear.
A great team save there, just to get the ball out of the zone immediately.
Ball floating back into the Draconis zone again. Strut has possession of the ball. Can't quite get the touch again. There's a demo in the midfield. Frost is out of there now. The team play breaks up just a little bit as Thomas is going to pass this back over to Pana, who then gets demoed by Smoky Bones. Deer's going to flip that up. Can he get the shot? And Strut finally breaks through and gets a shot into the net.
A rare misplay from Draconis there, and Dunes doing a good job of being a little bit farther forward than they have been to take advantage of that missed touch.
Poor touch from Deer did definitely help set them up there, but you can't really blame Deer too much for that. He was in a bit of a tough spot, just had to make a quick touch to hopefully make it a bit harder, and Deer again misses here, and Frost will put an easy shot into the net.
Yeah, second time that Deer's been stuck in a bad spot, like you were saying. Not a great position, a really hard read for him to make from that angle, and Frost has just got an easy open shooting lane there. Looks like Draconis might be rotated up a little bit too far. They just need to calm themselves down, sit back a little bit farther like they had been doing in the earlier games, because it really worked out for them there. But Dunes also turning the pressure up, turning that consistency up a little bit, and playing a little bit stronger, a little bit faster.
Smoky Bones has the ball now after Thomas tries to get a play started. Unable to do anything with it. Smoky Bones is going to pass it to the middle. Pana misses. Inedible Deer and Thomas both miss. Frost is unable to get a shot though. Struts gets a nice pressure onto the ball, keeping the ball in Draconis' half, whiffs a little bit there, but thankfully Smoky Bones was back, waiting for a touch. Smoky Bones gets it past one. Can he get it past another? No, he can't. Deer will turn this around. Misses the ball here, leaves it for Panna. Panna's going to take their time with it. Going to try to pinch this. Gets the pinch and puts it all the way into the Dunes half. Smoky Bones is going to bang that all the way over to Frost. Can Frost get a touch? No, Thomas beats him to it. Smoky Bones is up, trying to get another shot. It's going to drop straight down. Panna is there for it. Doesn't quite get a strong touch, but at least able to clear it out. This is the first time the Dunes have been up the whole entire time. This whole series.
Yeah, it's the least amount of goals that Draconis has scored so far as well. By a pretty large margin.
It absolutely is. The first game scoring 5 goals and now being held to just 1 so far. So the defense definitely coming through from Dunes, even if it doesn't really show it in the actual stat line. It's just they've actually managed to keep Draconis in their half right as I say that. Strut saves a shot from Panna. That was a screamer coming in at him.
A great bump from Smoky Bones on Panna trying to get back up for that ball, slowing that attack down.
Strut is up for that. They both miss. Inedible Deer was up as well. Strut's going to have to leave this now. Leaves her for Smoky Bones. All they really need to do is waste a little bit of time. If they could get 1 more goal, it would be helpful. I can't see anything. I disconnected.
It was great patience. It was Strut there in the middle, I believe, that there's great patience to catch the ball in the middle and hold on to it. Not just make a panicked touch and keep possession and take it out to the midfield. I'm going to not ready up here while we wait for Connor to get back in, and we can keep going from here. He should be back shortly.
Yeah, joining back in right now.
Good. But yeah, so Dunes really turning it around for themselves there. The defense and the pressure, the big difference. Draconis only having a total of 4 shots on goal. Dunes really turning this game on its head, and from the first 2 in the series, and just not letting Draconis get anything easy. For the 4 goals of the last game, or of game 2, and the 5 goals of game 1, I'd go out and say maybe 2 or even 3 of each of those goals were just open nets for Draconis because Dunes got out of their own spot. And they weren't there to make the easy saves, and Draconis had an opportunity to just put easy ones in. They did a much better job of being where they needed to be in their defensive rotation, which made their offensive rotation more consistent, and they pulled that game 3 out to be able to put themselves in a position to not get swept and possibly split the series.
At this point, Dunes have cleaned up exactly what they needed to do. The rotations are there now. Maybe, it was just pre-match jitters, because that can happen when you're on stream. You just get a little nervous playing in front of so many people. But we're on for game 4. Teams are ready to go, and we'll see how this turns out. Will Draconis come away with a 3-1, or will the Dunes be able to split the series and go 2-2? Right as I say that, there are already 2 quick shots. The team's playing a little bit faster than they have been in the previous matches, and already going for some extra stuff. Smoky Bones wants to get another touch, unable to. Strut is there for it, but Thomas gets a quick touch, puts it in the midfield. Frost will put that on the backboard. Deer's there for it. Unfortunately, Smoky Bones is not able to get the touch. Strut and Frost rotate back just in time as they're able to keep Inedible Deer from taking full advantage of that. Frost now takes it over the top. Pan is going to try to clear this out. Can't quite get a touch. Smoky Bones puts it on the backboard. Nobody there for it, though. Strut's just kind of waiting in the midfield. There's
double
a bit
commit
of
from Draconis, yeah.
Yeah, the double commit definitely not helping. A lot of pressure coming out from Dunes right now. Draconis just need to get out of their half, and the Inedible Deer finally bangs that clear, and then Strut just puts it right back in. Smoky Bones getting a nice double tap. Can Strut put it in? And he does.
Smoky Bones bumps Thomas in the back of the net here, and like I said, after game 1, Draconis is sitting 2 men back as 1 man tries to boom the ball downfield. They're not sending somebody up to help them, and because they've got all this back, they're absorbing all of this pressure, and these shots are going to keep going in. I'm just disconnecting now. It's going to be super important for them to be able to stay up on this ball, and if they keep letting it get away from them, it's not going to go well.
Did everybody disconnect? Because I
It
also
looks like the
disconnected.
lobby, yeah, the lobby might be disconnecting because the spectator on the stream is also just spinning. We might need to remake. That is unfortunate.
That is indeed. I was just about to ask the party if the server died.
Yeah, game timeout. I don't know what the protocol for that is though, because we had already minute past, a goal had already been scored by Dunes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the protocol is for that either.
Uh,
Help!
I guess we could ask. Let
Yeah,
me.
yeah, I'd say ask Cake or somebody because I have no clue. I'm so confused.
Yeah, it's not a great look. Let's see. I'm just gonna DM him. Sorry, he's playing Sea of Thieves right now. I'm sure. I'm just gonna be like, hey, I need your help.
This is
Okay.
a new one for me, folks. I mean,
Yeah.
we do know that the servers have been really crappy lately. So I'm not sure what to do in this case.
I'm sure RJ is probably doing the same thing that I am right now and DMing somebody who knows the answers. Just DM'd Cake. Uh, it doesn't look like Draconis is back into the lobby yet, so not worried about them starting with us not being ready to start.
Yeah,
Hopefully we get a quick answer from Cake here.
but I mean that match was going well though before everything just died.
It was looking like it would be a good opportunity for Dunes to turn it around. They've been playing really well over the last two games, and they had gotten out to that early lead. But the rules for RSC say that if the game is either over a minute past or a goal has been scored, you don't remake the server. It's whatever the, that's what it is. But I don't know what those rules are for, when when the
When
server
the server
disconnects
just
itself. Yeah.
when the server just dies.
Time to pull up the rulebook. Waiting for a response from Cake.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that we have that rule book thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm fairly respectful, but still like I don't know.
Let's see. This is draft rules. Game rules and information. Hmm.
And RJ is saying at this as the editor of the rulebook this past season, she's 99% sure there is no rule for this.
Yeah.
And Untamed saying that he double checks there is no rule. So I don't know. But yeah, I guess just try to get Draconis back in here and
I mean, we could let them score one goal off the bat and then just have them sit at the kickoff. Sit at the kickoff and wait for the clock to tick down to 3:49. I suppose, because that was what we were at when it was over. But we got to get Draconis back in here first.
we'll figure it out when we get in here. But Untamed saying wait until 3:45 then score, or else the kickoff is not timed, right?
Yeah. Got to get Draconis back in first.
Welcome to NA production, folks.
Yes.
I have no idea how our EU boys did.
They
I was
joined
at
back
work.
in. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch either.
Listen here, Untamed. You're just the first name that I saw that said something. So are you explaining to them what to do?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so they're going to get the ball close to the Draconis goal, wait for 3:49, and then they'll score, and we will reset to be able to continue forward.
Gotcha.
So we're just going to sit here and watch the ball sit at, right at the edge of the box. Frost will put it in when we get to 3:49 or around that spot, and they'll start from a kickoff at 1-0, which is where we were when the game crashed. So shout out to
All right.
Untamed and everybody in chat for helping us brain our way through this. Definitely a weird spot to be in. I don't think one that we really had a contingency for. So
Yeah,
shout out
right?
to everybody for being patient with us and helping us figure everything out.
And then RJ is just exploring the map right now. I see that on stream.
There's like Moai statues. Okay, they're gonna get ready to here. About 10 seconds. I was watching a boundary break video. There's a Moai statues hidden all over. It's actually an interesting little like Easter egg kind of thing. There we go. Right at 3:49. Great timing.
Oh yeah, it was
get back into
this, wasn't it?
Yep. So Frost gets the assist, Struck gets the goal, just like that, like it never happened.
Yeah. All right, and we're back to playing. Now we can. Now, yeah, somebody please clip that because that's fantastic. It was basically a penalty kickoff. All right. So back into the match now. Inedible Deer nearly putting a shot into the net there. Now Thomas will take it up the wall, waiting for Frost. Frost will beat him to the ball there. Hannah gets it back into the midfield, but nobody's there waiting for it, so Smoky Bones will take advantage of it. Inedible Deer 50s him. Thomas putting a shot on, but beaten to the ball by Frost. Strut up to Frost. Frost unable to get a touch. Bounces it down. Waits for somebody to get it, but Thomas is going to clear that back into the wall. Smoky Bones is there for it. Unable to get the read. So Pano will put that down. Can Strut get it? It bounces off the post. Thankfully for him, as Inedible Deer will put a shot quick onto the net, and Strut's there to clear it.
Almost a bump play coming out from Draconis there. It was real close. They just couldn't get it to go straight through. Oh, no.
Oh, Lord.
Just an unnecessary rush from Deer. I don't think he needed to touch this ball. Or, yeah, from Deer coming across here. He could have let this go across. Nobody would have been there to score it. Instead, he rushes, and it manages to find the way into the back of the Draconis net. A crazy angle to squeeze it in from, but unfortunately, it's on the wrong goal.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate the attempts, but that was one of those times where he could have slowed down just a little bit. It would have gone all the way across the net, and then he could have taken possession and given his team a little bit more of a chance to get back into this game. But yeah, now Dunes will take a 2-0 lead. Right as I say that, they almost take a 3-0 lead as Panna gets a quick save. Thomas is able to get that all the way downfield. Can he get another touch? No, Strut is there to beat him to it. Deer sends that over to Panna, who's going to take it up the wall, trying to set it up for someone. Gets it into the midfield. Thomas is up, but unable to get the touch. Gets 50'd in the middle of the field. Frost has it. Just needs to beat two defenders. Can he beat them? He beats all the defenders. And suddenly, Dunes are up 3-0.
Unassisted from Frost here. Beats Panna, beats over Deer. Thomas can't get in front. Too slow rotating back. This series is absolutely turned on its head. We're going to see what looked like game one, but for Dunes this time. Already up 3-0 with two minutes left. Still a lot of time for Draconis to be able to put it back together, but Dunes looking like a completely different team than what we saw in the first two games.
Absolutely right. Dunes are coming out with authority right now. Panna is able to get a nice save and a nice clear all the way down the field. Thomas is going to take this up the wall. Can he drop it down for someone? Going to drop it down for Panna, but he can't. Smoky Bones is there for it. Inedible Deer gets a 50. It's dropping back into the backboard. Can he drop it down? No. Smoky Bones again gets in the way. Ball floating in the corner now. Thomas is there for it. Gets it past one defender. Tries to get it past another. Can't. Deer drops it down, but Frost is there. Pops it right up for Panna. Panna misses, and then Frost takes it again. It's open net. Can he get it into there? And he manages to get it past Inedible Deer, and it's 4-0 for Dunes. What happened here?
It almost looked like the teams switched sides. Like, we're just seeing the exact opposite from both ends. Dunes doing everything right and nothing going properly for Draconis at all.
Draconis, after having such a good start to proceedings, are now finding themselves on the receiving end of a possible 4-0, maybe even a 5-0, depending on how this goes. Smoky Bones trying to follow it, but doesn't have the boost, so Deer will send this back into the Dune's own half. Thomas beats Frost to the ball there. Wanted to get a bump, but unable to. Inedible Deer is going to put this back on. Tries to pinch it out. Thomas turns for it, can't get it on. Inedible Deer beats one, and now Frost has possession of the ball again, trying to get it past Panna.
Goal's going to be open again.
It was almost open, but Draconis were able to rotate back in time because Panna was able to slow the play down just a little bit. Now Frost is going to send this over to the other wall. Picks up a save with it as well. Panna's going to try to take advantage, but Smoky Bones is able to beat him all the way to the ball. Inedible Deer puts it on the wall, gets it past Strut. Has Frost to beat. Can he get it around him? No, he cannot, as Frost takes up an easy save and trying to get it over to a teammate, but little too soft, can't do anything with it.
No boost from Deer there. He was trying to set up the flick and just couldn't get back under the ball. He had no boost to work with.
Panna putting a quick shot on Inedible Deer, putting another one on. Pressure coming out, and they were unable to get anything as Dunes take a 4-0 win after getting basically slapped around the first two matches.
Just they rewrote the story for these last two games. It really looked like after games 1 and 2 that it might be an easy sweep for Draconis, and Dunes proved all of us wrong. I'd seen Rex in the chat the entire game saying that Dunes had this comeback, and they came back for sure. Really showing a dominant game 3 and 4, keeping the pressure on Draconis, and they just didn't have, just like Dunes didn't have an answer for Draconis in the first two games, the first two games. Draconis had no answer for Dunes in these last two. I don't know if it was a choke or something like that from Draconis, or if it was just Dunes absolutely turning it on and playing a lot better than they did in those first two games.
Frost absolutely put the team on his back, though. People in chat were saying Frost has been turned on since game 3, and I absolutely agree. Frost was absolutely on fire these past two games. Put the team on his back and managed to bring back a split series, so that way they're not getting 4-0'd.
Yeah, they would have been happy even after the way those first two games looked, getting a 3-1 out of it, but they turn everything back on and remember what game they're playing and how to play it and what level they're playing at, and pull the 2-2 out for the split series. And it is a great turnaround. Pluto in the chat saying that Dunes have only 2-2'd this season every series, so they're sitting right at 500. But they very easily could have gotten 4-0 in this one after those first two games, and props to them for being able to keep their heads on straight and keep their composure and pull out the win.
Well, after all the shenanigans, whether it was the teams themselves doing the shenanigans or Rocket League servers deciding to just be a pain, we're going to have to sign off for tonight. Like I said, we were only doing the one match. And this has been RSC signing off for the night. I'm MD Productions 12, joined with HUD, with RJsaurus back behind the scenes. And we will catch you guys next time.
Yeah, thank you all for coming out.